Hey guys, it's Tenshi, and today we're going to be talking about Zamasu, so let's get into it. Before he went full God Complex Menace, Zamasu was the Supreme Kai apprentice under Gowasu of Universe 10, who developed a loathing for mortals as he witnessed their actions across the universe, leading him to embark on a crusade against mortals after stealing the body of Goku using the Super Dragon Balls, gaining a Saiyan body that gets stronger every time it suffers. When Goku Black slashed upward and the sky split open, it cut reality. Black's divine ki, amplified by the time ring, interacted with a timeline that was already falling apart from constant time paradoxes in one universe. When he swung that blade, the attack didn't stop in the atmosphere. It tore into the dimensional fabric holding the timeline together. But Immortal Zamasu is a different kind of threat. He's weaker physically, but his entire body is literally unkillable. It doesn't matter how hard you punch him, he regenerates instantly. Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta were tagging him, tearing him apart, and Zamasu just stood there regenerating like it was nothing. And then these two monsters fuse. This is where Zamasu goes from a problem to a full universal crisis. Goku Black's insane growth rate mixes with Zamasu's immortality, and the result is Fusion Zamasu, a being with power far beyond Blue Goku and Vegeta at that point. Vegito Blue is the only reason they even stood a chance. Fusion Zamasu's attack potency is flat-out divine. His durability skyrockets, and his regeneration becomes chaotic and unstable because the fusion is too strong for his immortal body to handle. His ki alone warps space, his attacks carry divine judgment, and everything he does is on a scale that makes normal gods nervous. When his physical body finally breaks, Zamasu evolves into Infinite Zamasu, a literal spread of divinity across an entire universe. He stops being a person and becomes an existence, a consciousness that infects space, time, and reality itself. He can't be punched, cut, vaporized, or blown away because he's everywhere. Infinite Zamasu is so absurd that the only solution was to call Zeno, the literal reset button of the multiverse, to wipe everything clean. If your enemy requires Zeno to delete an entire timeline just to get rid of you, your scaling is officially cracked. And when you start comparing Zamasu to other characters, you see how wild his placement is. Jiren overwhelms Fusion Zamasu physically, but Jiren can't erase Infinite Zamasu. Beerus probably one-shots him with Hakai if he hits him clean, but Zamasu's immortality forces Beerus to use erasure instead of strength, a huge sign of how tough he really is. Against Vegito Blue, Fusion Zamasu gets overwhelmed in raw attack potency, but not by much. Their clash is one of the closest power gaps in the entire arc. Moro with magic absorption could counter Zamasu, but that's only because Moro's hacks is busted, and Goku Black on his own is nowhere near Fusion Zamasu. But his growth rate is one of the reasons the fusion becomes so overwhelming in the first place. When you put it all together, the immortality, the mutant Saiyan growth, the divine ki, the fusion multipliers, the corruption of reality, and the final universal takeover, Zamasu becomes one of the strongest, most hacks-heavy, and most conceptually dangerous villains in Dragon Ball history. Not the strongest physically, not the fastest, but easily one of the only characters who forced the gods to panic and made Zeno step in personally. And that is what makes Zamasu absolutely broken. That's all for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time, stay limitless.